Last week, we hung out at Ralph's Bar again. Heard Cardiff go to DC. Listened to the E-Rock interview. Caught up on the SJ stuff that was going on courtesy of the late, great Gary from San Diego's voicemails. And we were introduced to Pommy Swipes After and saw the birth of the potato filter. This week, we hang out by the fire and we'll listen to an interview from Andre Bryant, hear the John Melendez tapes, a Dr. Steve drop in, and Cardiff disappears. Also, a quick clip from Weird Medicine and a special WATP throwback segment. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Hope the fire is warm tonight. How's your week been? Oh, that's great to hear. Hope everything's going okay with the fam. Heard things weren't going so well. It's nice out here. Throw a couple logs on the fire if you don't mind. Thanks, I'm just gonna sit here. Well, I don't know how your week's been, but mine was alright. Hope you don't mind. We'll start the show here. So just sit back. Don't get too close to the fire. You don't want to burn yourself now. I don't know where to start, you know. Last week, we covered some ground. I hope you remember everything. This week, well, it should be interesting, to say the least. Oh, did you hear about Hackmania? I don't know if you're interested in going or not. I mean, you know, maybe we could meet up there on a date or something. It's completely up to you. But if you are, may I recommend using promo code JT to save 10%. I know in these troubling economic times, I mean 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but it does add up. So, hope to see you there. Now, enough of the commercials. How about we just get on with the show? So, back in January 2022, Dr. Steve was doing this Weird Medicine show. And on there, he takes, well, voicemails and whatnot. And you'll hear a very special voicemail from somebody. Right about now.
What else we got? All right. Let's try this one. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I have a question for Dr. Steve.
Oh,
Quite anonymous.
excellent.
Or you a robot?
Dr. Steve,
Yes, sir.
does this look infected? Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yes. It
Yes.
does,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, it is.
Must
Looks
be,
like
must be removed.
Pussy.
looks like syphilis. Or,
Yes, must be removed.
That's our friend Cardiff Electric. Check out his podcast. It's the most surreal and odd podcast that's ever been on the internet today. And we broadcast out of his, network studios too. So There you go. Yeah. Cardiff Electric Podcast. This is crazier than shit.
Well, you heard it there from Dr. Steve himself. He's one of his favorite people. Now, you remember a couple dates ago, we discussed the whole mom swipes left and the mommy swipes after ordeal. Well, to kind of catch you up, and I know it's very confusing, what happened was back in late March of 2022, WATP reviewed Mom Swipes Left podcast. And those two ladies didn't really find it all that amusing. So they went ahead and kind of made their own little rebuttal show, making fun of Who Are These Podcasts. Then that led to Pommy Swipes After, whose Mom Swipes Left own after show, going after Who Are These Podcasts, which led to Cardiff going after Pommy Swipes After by using the French fry filter and a potato filter that Pommy Swipes After was using. Now I know that sounds completely insane and confusing, as it should be. But around early May, the Mom Swipes Left gals took a week off, and they were so gracious with Cardiff that they actually let him fill in for them for the week and cover their show. So this is from August of that year. I believe, no, actually it was from early May, episode 177. You'll hear right here from the Mom Swipes Left show with special guest host Cardiff Electric.
You've landed on Mom Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women that don't dress age appropriate for any age. On today's show, the ladies are away on a well-deserved vacation, so Cardiff Electric takes over to make sure that you all have something to listen to for about 20 minutes. And welcome back to Mom Swipes Left, episode 177. It's time for shit lists and grievances. No shit list or grievances this week. Come back next week. I'm sure the ladies will have a lot of shit lists and grievances after their well-deserved vacation. Now it's time for notable news.
Notable news, notable news, notable news, notable news, notable news.
In this week's notable news, a woman who accidentally dropped her cell phone into the hole of an outhouse in a national forest and fell in while trying to retrieve it had to be rescued by firefighters in Washington State. Brennan Fire Department Chief Tim Manley, said the woman, who was at the top of Mount Walker in the Olympic National Forest northwest of Seattle, had been using her phone when it fell into the toilet on Tuesday. Manley, said she disassembled the toilet seat and used dog leashes to try and get the phone, and eventually used the leashes to tie herself off as she reached for it. That effort failed, and she fell into the toilet head first. The woman was alone and tried to get out for 10 to 15 minutes. Reunited with her phone, she called 911, Manley said. Responding firefighters passed her blocks to stand on to reach the harness, which they used to pull her out of the vault. The Brennan Fire Department said the woman was uninjured. She was washed down and strongly encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed to human waste, but she only wanted to leave, the department said. I've been doing this for 40 years, and that was a first, Manley said. That might have been the first, but I would be more worried about the number 2.
Zing a burger, zing a burger, zing a burger, zing a burger.
In our next notable news story, a man drinks a poop smoothie that gave him life-threatening diarrhea. But it was for science. 26-year-old Jake Eberts agreed to drink a life-threatening concoction of cloudy, salty liquid containing Shigella bacteria, which are usually found in the poop of people who are infected. He did this all in the name of science. He downed a shot glass amount of the liquid, knowing it would cause miserable case of dysentery for the sake of University of Maryland research. He did it in pursuit of finding a cure for the runs. Noble cause. Eberts was one of 16 healthy young adults participating in the 11-day inpatient trial in an attempt to test the effectiveness of a Shigella vaccine and received a payday in exchange. Would you do this for the money? Eberts said the symptoms from the trial resulted in the worst 8 hours of my life, but would do it all again if he was paid for this trial. The university said he earned more than $7,000. I don't want to make myself out to be Mother Teresa here. Would not have done this for free. It's a big ask to ask someone to get dysentery, Eberts said when he was discharged from the study. The entire time I was like, wow, this is an awful disease. And I just got really emotional. Probably also because I was just delirious about the thought of small children in the developing world dealing with this. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Shigella bacteria causes 600,000 deaths annually worldwide, while there is no vaccine available against the misery-causing bacteria. It's the second leading cause of diarrhea death, with the number 1 killer being rotavirus, for which vaccines are available. Sickness from Shigella is often caused by drinking contaminated water, eating ill-prepared food, or coming into contact with someone else's infected bowel movements. All things that can be prevented if you just avoid Taco Bell.
Zing a burger, zing a burger, zing a burger, zing a burger.
Well, that's it for Mom Swipes Left, episode 177, titled Mom Wipes Front to Back. Be sure to call into the show and let us know, do you wipe front to back or back to front? I would be amiss if I ended this episode without saying a few things. Buttholes. Farts. Period blood. Poop. Diarrhea. Take it away, ladies.
Please visit us on our socials at all of our socials. Also, please consider becoming a member of our Facebook Nation. Visit our website at momswipesleft.com for show notes and other fun shit.
Thank you, freaks, for listening.
That was Mom Swipes Left, episode 177 with guest host Cardiff Electric. Now, if you try to go find Mom Swipes Left, I believe their last show was last year. I'm not sure if they're still active somewhere else or whatnot, but following that spring of 2022, you really didn't hear much of them afterwards than when they were dealing with who are these podcasts and stuff like that. But that was very interesting. They let Cardiff hop in there, considering everything that was going on at that current time. How's the fire? Is it warm enough? I know I see some clouds rolling in, so try not to get too close to stay warm. I know those ambers, they flare up sometimes. But I digress. Now, back to the podcast at hand. Andrea Bryant was a guest on Cardiff's podcast in early May of that year, 2022, and she used to host a show called the Decompression Podcast, as she was a veteran of the U.S. Navy. And she was also a former producer for Gas Digital and Compound Media. And on his Cardiff Electric episode, she's his special guest host for an interview. And afterwards, you'll hear some more voicemails, especially from Gary, catching up on everything that was going on with SJ at this current time. So, without any further ado.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Great. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Are you ready to begin?
I am indeed. Let's do it.
Perfect. So before we begin, do I have your permission to record this for broadcast on the internet?
You do.
Thank you. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1, 0. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff. Hello, and welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast, the most famous podcast on the internet today. We have a special guest for everybody. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Andrea in Queens, also known as Andrea Bryant. I work for Gas Digital. You see me in the background fetching drinks for the hosts, and really excited to be on the show today. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. So you spent some time with Gas Digital, I think Compound Media as well. So you're used to being around big famous podcasts like this one all the time. So
Absolutely.
you should fit right in.
Fantastic.
Before we begin, I did forget to ask you, are you over the age of 18?
I am. Have been for a while. Actually done it twice.
Okay, good, because I'm not allowed to talk to people under the age of 18.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, you do comedy.
I do.
Tell
Yes,
me
indeed.
about that.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled into it about not quite a year and a half ago. Always been a fan of it, and just never thought I should try it. And got some encouragement from Eastside Dave on formerly of Compound Media, and wrote a couple jokes. Enjoyed it. Took a class, wrote some more jokes, and now I do stand up around New York City and Long Island mainly, and really having a great time with it.
Is that the same Eastside Dave from the Eastside Dave Sports Show
Indeed, it is. Yes,
with Daniel Bobo Curlin?
that's right. Yes.
Great show. Great show. Big fan. Big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. Dave's phenomenal.
I'll get him on the show one day. He's calls me all the time, and one day I'll put him on.
There you go.
So what is your favorite episode of the Cardiff Electric podcast?
Well, it's a little early to tell, but I'd have to say probably this one. Otherwise, probably Eric Nagel be my favorite episode.
Very good. This episode today, I believe, will be in the top 50. Guaranteed.
All right. I love it. Yeah, I just out of camera frame here, I've got Elsie. She demands a lot of lap time when I'm around, so
I understand. I had a cat once, but it ran away.
they do these things. They get it in their heads, they get an escape route, and they make a run for it.
Yes. Do you like the comedy stylings of Stuttering John Melendez?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know that I'm particularly familiar with them. I've only seen him as a couple of clips from his show and as a guest on other podcasts. And he just seems kind of mean-spirited and not as punchy, not as brief as is required to display wit, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I used to write jokes for him, and then he blocked me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What a
But
jerk.
I wrote some good jokes.
I'm sure they're probably the best jokes in his act, just delivered poorly. But he's a tough one to watch. What were some of the jokes that you wrote for him, or since they've been sold, you can't talk about it?
No, he never paid me for them, and he made that very clear that he would never pay me for them. So I think it's fair use.
Okay.
To say them. So the premise is he was going to go. Do you remember the bits he used to do on Howard Stern where he would ask crazy questions?
Yeah,
on the street. Yeah. So he was trying to bring this back with a modern anti-Trump twist.
Oh boy.
Because we have to take down the dotard. Anyway, so he's going to go to DC, which he was just there last week, and ask questions of Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all know, Republicans are stupid. They will answer these questions.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I wrote for him was, hey, insert Republican name here. How do you think you're going to do in the midterms? Do you think you'll suffer from electile dysfunction?
Ooh, nice.
Yes. That is the kind of jokes that you get from the Cardiff Electric podcast, the most famous podcast on the internet today.
Yes. Oh, that's probably quite. I heard another question that he had written for I think it was, I don't know, it was John Boehner or somebody, or Mitch McConnell. And it just was like, oh, I didn't laugh at all at that. I kind of cringed. Like, that's and you actually think that you're going to be able to go up to him to ask him anything, let alone this? It was very strange.
Yes.
But
I will try and get unblocked. I did have a quite an extensive campaign trying to get unblocked, but it's been unsuccessful. Perhaps you have some contacts in the industry that can get the word to him that I would like to make amends.
Oh yeah. Oddly enough, he followed me about a month ago. I'll have to go check and see that he's still following me and follow him back, and see if I can make that happen for you.
That would be great. If you could use the hashtag #UnblockCardiff, I think that would be very effective.
Unblock Cardiff, shall do.
Thank you. So it's time for Have You Heard the News? Would you like to participate in Have You Heard the News?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Andrea in Queens, have you heard the news?
I don't believe I have.
This is where you tell me a story that's in the news.
Okay. Well, I guess I should have been a bit more prepared. All right. Have you heard
Yes.
the news? Interesting stuff. Well, should I go lighthearted or should I go, something that's really near and dear to my heart and maybe a little sad?
I'm intrigued with both.
Okay. Okay. Well, the one that's very near and dear to my heart is the USS George Washington is a carrier that's in dry dock right now. It's going through some renovations, and shipboard conditions have been so bad and unaddressed for so long that there's been a string of suicides for quite a while, and they're looking at moving sailors onshore to some barracks to improve living conditions. But even so, the commute to get to the ship with construction is several hours round trip for everybody. So really, really hoping that sailors get all of their issues addressed. Whether it's construction, mental health, all those good things.
Just to confirm, that's the sad story, right?
That is the sad story.
Okay.
Correct.
I don't know. Some of you New York comedians have a strange sense of humor, so I wanted to be sure.
We can definitely be dark for
Yes.
sure.
Yes, I would not want to make fun of the military suffering. Sure.
Sure.
You were in the military, I believe.
Yes, I actually still am, but not for much longer. The end of this month, that'll be it. I'm done.
Is it because of Louis J. Gomez?
No. I signed up for a 6-year stint in the reserves, and my time's going to be up, and I don't want to keep going. So yeah, that's it. End of contract, baby.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Did you ever were you ever involved in conflict?
No. So probably my most serious time in was when I was on active duty. I spent a year in Bahrain. But that's even so, that's for being a country in the Middle East is a pretty safe area. But it was a little bit more involved, some of the things that I did, driving small boats and whatnot. But yeah, that was probably my most serious time in. Everything else has kind of been more kind of support roles. Thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness. All valuable roles, though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you had a lighthearted story for us as well.
I'm sure I can think of something.
Perhaps the Roe versus Wade controversy.
Yes, I saw that break late last night. It's not even an official decision. It's just been leaked.
Document. Very strange.
Yeah, very, very strange. It seems like they kind of know who might have done it. Also, some question of whether or not the justice's emails might be compromised in some way. So very, very crazy. But yeah, everyone seems to be losing their minds. And I kind of delight in watching people having meltdowns, as long as it's not my meltdown, right?
Has Anthony Cumia bought a plane ticket yet?
A plane ticket to
leave America.
I don't have that information. It's very possible. He might not even be in the country right now, for all I know.
That's probably good for him.
Yeah.
I hear he gets 4 to 6 abortions a year.
It's possible. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to in his free time. I can only really account for the 4 to 6 o'clock hours.
Yes. What show do you spend most of your time on at Compound Media?
Probably Anthony's show. He's great. And really interesting guests. Then probably In Hot Water. TBD's great, and Crime Report. Probably in that order, but I'll still watch pretty much all of them at some point.
I had Pat Dixon on once too.
Oh yeah? Oh,
yeah.
he's great. Definitely creative every day, every time I see him do comedy, it's a new set. It's amazing.
Very good. Very good. Did you have anything that you would like to plug?
Yes. So I have all my dates are up at comicscard.com/Andrea-Bryant. Like I say, you can see all my dates there. And I just launched a podcast of my own. It's called The Decompression Chamber. I talk a little bit about my military service, filled some current events related to the military. And starting this Sunday, I'll be having guests on to describe their service and maybe talk about a current events issue near and dear to their hearts.
Yes, I know you were trying to get me on the show, but unfortunately my military service was non-existent.
Oh, okay. Well, you
So-
can always make something up. We can have a stolen valor special or something.
I would never.
Okay. Well, we'll put a disclaimer on there, and you can do some creative writing, but I understand. And, it's certainly not, if it's going to be more focused on current events, you certainly don't need to have military service. But if you have a unique perspective on a current events issue in the military at large, I'd still love to hear it.
Wonderful. If you could send me all your links in the Twitter chat we're having, and I will make sure to put them in the show notes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will do that. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time today. It was wonderful to meet you and talk to you and get to know a little bit more about Andrea in Queens.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast family.
Thank you so much for having me on. I had a great time.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye.
Let's take some calls.
Hey, Cardiff. Scuttlebutt around the LA comedy clubs is that John was totally humiliated by the airing of his comedy act on the Who Are These podcast show this recent Sunday. He's now trying to dox the hater who taped his comedy act, a hater troll named Purple. John's spending a lot of energy trying to figure out who this guy is. But right now, John is so humiliated, he might never do another comedy show. His last show had 12 people, and he only did one comedy show this year in 2022. I don't think anybody's going to hire him. It's really humiliating. This could put the nail in his comedy coffin. Too bad for John.
I missed this episode. I didn't get to call in. Anyways, great episode with E-Rock. Kind of interesting hearing you laugh. I figured you may have been some sort of rogue AI or something like that. So, yeah, keep it up. That was actually a really good episode. The potato guy, though, I'm glad that you're keeping up with him, but that dude is just, it's so bizarre. It's way too weird. Go back to simping for Stuttering John or something, seriously. All right. Well, until next time, punching out.
Hey, Cardiff. John finished his podcast today about his DZ trip. It was an unmitigated disaster. He even admitted himself it was garbage. His video was unintelligible and unlistenable. He hired a video crew at the last minute from the Craigslist. The guy showed up with a camera without a battery, so he had to do all the filming with a cell phone. He went to the Capitol Club to interview Republicans. He could not name one Republican that he talked to, and you couldn't really hear the interviews because of too much crosstalk. It was just terrible. John stole all that money from the listeners that gave him donations. Let me continue this. As I said, he hired the production crew off Craigslist. It was just terrible. The guy showed up without a battery, and he wound up filming John with a cell phone. Too much crosstalk. John was supposed to be there interviewing people for 4 days. He was only there for 4 hours interviewing people. And his bodyguard, Gonzo, didn't even show up. It's a joke. John should refund all the people that gave him donations for DC all their money back. It was just a real joke. I don't know how John's going to recover from this. He was never going to be able to do another DC tip. One thing for sure, the guy is cheap. Hey, Cardiff. John had been talking and planning this DC trip for 11 months. 11 months. In the end, all he was able to do was talk to what he claimed were 3 Congress people at the Capitol Hill Club. He could not identify any of them. You could not see from the raw footage who they were, and you could not tell by their voices because it was unintelligible. He even refused to load the raw tape, the cell phone tape, onto YouTube because he knows it was garbage. He admitted that himself. It is a joke. I don't see how he can recover from this. It is terrible. But watch. He'll say he's planning DC trip number 2. What a jackass. Hey, Cardiff. It's obvious now that Stuttering John's trip to Washington, D.C. was an utter catastrophe. The funny thing is, he won't take any blame. He blames everybody else. He blames the camera crew, which he hired off of Craigslist. He blames Doug Goodstein, which wouldn't help him. He's blaming Gonzo, who didn't show up. And it blames somebody who wouldn't give him a free hotel room. He's blaming everybody but himself for his total catastrophe. Now, the plus side of this is that I won my bet. My bet with Howie Mandel for $2,000 and my bet with my neighbor Sandy for $10,000. Let me continue this. To continue, I won my bets with Howie Mandel for $2,000 and my neighbor Sandy for $10,000. When I see Howie, I'm going to collect that bet because he's a multi-billionaire. My neighbor Sandy, she doesn't have the $10,000 to spare, I don't think. Or I guess she does, but I'm going to let her slide. She's a good friend of the family, so I'm not going to force her to pay. One thing about Stuttering John, he won't take any blame, but the main reason he failed is because he's cheap. He wouldn't hire a camera crew in advance. He's a jackass. He's just too damn cheap. Hey, Cardiff. John's recent DC trip proves he's a straight up grifter. He's planned this for 11 months, this DC trip, and he's been soaking his listeners for money for 11 months. He's a self proclaimed millionaire, but he needs every penny he can get to go. He's told his audience that he was going to go for 4 or 5 days to interview Republicans. In fact, he interviewed for 2 hours. He hired somebody off Craigslist for 2 hours. That's the extent of his DC trip. 2 hours, and it totally failed because he hired somebody from Craigslist who was worthless. John is worthless. This was terrible.
Well, Mr. Carter, I just wanted to tell you, Trace Atkins, I was listening to that old Nagley feller, and he said he used to be on that some show called Opium or something. I can't rightly recall the name of it, but he said he used to eat a whole pot of cinnamon at once, and he almost died. And I said, well, that plumb crazy what people do, but I'm glad he's all right. Tell him if he wants to do something, take you a little corn squeeze and snort that up your nose, and by God, you'll know you snorted something. I'll tell you that. You surely will. I'm telling you. Well, all right. I don't know if that honor system on that patron system gonna work, but you know better than I do. But I hope everybody followed the rules. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Carter. You surely are good, and I'll talk to you soon. I might have to go dry out pretty soon.
That was the Andrea Bryan episode from the Cardiff Electric podcast. And in there, you hear her talk about how she used to work with Compound Media and shows that still today you might even have heard of from even In Hot Water with Gino Visconti. I don't know, man. That guy's like a cockroach. He's been around for a while. Still keeps going. You know, gotta give it to him for that. Yeah, how's the fire? Is it nice and warm? Yeah, this is a very cheap date. I mean, kind of last minute little impromptu date, you know, on a Sunday night. You know, it's nice, you know, late November. You know, temperature's just right wherever you are. But before we continue, I do gotta give a special thank you to the great Adam Thoreau. You might have heard his name mentioned on WATP an awfully lot. But if you're listening, Adam, skull, as the great Duke says. But towards the end there, you heard a caller mention about the whole Pame swipes after fiasco. And like I said, it didn't take Cardiff long to just move on from that, but what he did gain was the potato filter. And towards the end, we also heard Gary, who's been like a historian, basically, with his voicemails for like almost the past year of the Cardiff show. Pretty much just tracking everything John's been doing week by week by week. And in there, you heard him talk about John finally released the tapes of his DC trip from back in 2022. And Gary even mentioned how the audio was complete shit. So, in response to that, our next episode of the Cardiff Electric podcast, Cardiff actually has a behind-the-scenes intimate phone call with Stuttering John during the DC trip. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time if you're listening. It's going to sound like complete dog shit. Which, if you could remember back when John did release his DC tapes, the audio even then was dog shit. So, for any, mainly this date night we're on here by the fire is pretty much primarily audio based. So, but then again, well, we don't try and skip around episodes. Everything's in order chronologically, and you know, hate to tease it, but later on our date, we're gonna get an introduction from a certain dabbler, let's just say. But that's later on down the road. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to the next episode here on our date by the fire. And again, just a warning for the audio. We're gonna try to do our best, but as you listen, you'll hear it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you while you just sit by the fire.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
Hey, it's your old pal Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
And then I just started
serial dating. But I'm kind of getting sick of taking girls out to dinner. It's so fucking expensive. Then driving to Orange County for a date. Oh, happy wedding anniversary there, Betty Lovegood. The one I met at the pub, we were at the pub and we have lunch. Cause, cause, Pickwick Pub in Woodland Hills. Cause, cause, Scotland Yard, a great pub out here in Woodland Hills. Cause, and I had a penthouse. I dated a penthouse playmate as well. She wanted me to be her boyfriend so bad. The day that I tell her and I say, I will now be your boyfriend full time. Cause, cause, Pickwick Pub in Woodland Hill. Cause, Scotland Yard, a great pub out here in Woodland Hills. Cause, and I had a penthouse. I dated a penthouse playmate as well. This girl has one of the best bodies I've ever seen. Natural C cups. Fucking one hell of an ass. Flat stomach. Smart. Retired science teacher. Gonna hang out with her tonight. Just why I didn't jerk off this morning. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to run off a batch and then not have as much to give. Yes, we already had sex. Where we meet, uh, uh, Bumble. Cause, Pickwick Pub in Woodland Hills. Cause, Scotland Yard, a great pub out here in Woodland Hills. First of all, I'm thinking like, ugh, she shagged me, probably didn't shower, and then she shags me after this guy shagged her, which is disgusting to me. And then she starts her fake crocodile tears. They weren't even real. Like it was like, cause, Pickwick Pub in Woodland Hills. Cause, Scotland Yard, a great pub out here in Woodland Hills. Cause, and I had a penthouse. I dated a penthouse playmate as well. She finally left. I was really upset, and I think my ex-wife even came over to calm me down because I actually felt that bad. There was another one that I met on Match that it could have been maybe. So then I don't hear from her. And I'm texting her at 11, at 12, at 1. I don't hear from her. I won't say her name because the trolls will be trying to find out who she is. Is she the coke dealer? I don't know what you're talking about, Derek, but no. She was my girlfriend. She was my girlfriend for a night. The next afternoon, I'm at the pub. We were all watching football, and then my weed dealer shows up. I saw your girlfriend at her ex-boyfriend's house last night. I go get out of here. Unfucking believable. How much they charged me for one 12-ounce bottle of Coors Light? $11.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
You're familiar with who are these podcasts, right, Zia?
Yes, yeah. We had the guy on Chip, I think.
Oh yeah, you had Carl on Chip.
Ago. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we had Carl on Chip. Yeah.
So there's
nice.
like a side piece to it, a spin-off or something along those lines. Guy goes under the name Cardiff Electric. And
I've seen that name.
He does
somewhere.
little features for Carl's thing, and then he has these weird interviews, and he's got the Unabomber voice descrambler thing on him, so
Okay.
you don't know who he
Got
is.
it.
And so I guess he does a podcast, and Dr. Steve went on his podcast a long time ago, and he said it was really fun and really bizarre, and he's like, you should do it. And the guy asked me to do it, and I think he asked Gittles to do it too. And he's there in the room. So he thinks that I'm dodging his podcast. But when he wants to do it, he tells me, he's like, I can do 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. And we're working. It's like, I don't have to, I would entertain this, but I'm at work. I can't just sit there and go, all right, I got to wait for In Hot Water starting. So I'm going to have to just go out in the hallway and do this podcast while, everything else is going on. So if it was another time, I said I would gladly do his podcast. But if he's still in the room, hell, maybe we'll just throw him on in here and let him do that. That can be, and he can just take the audio and make his own thing there. Adam is saying Cardiff's been doing great lately. The song parodies were awesome. Yes, there's a jingle contest that I've been made aware of going on Who Are These Podcasts, and I give it my full stamp of approval. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right. Well, now I'm
find
going to find that after the show ends.
Yeah, go over to Who Are These Podcasts, and you can check all of that out.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Cardiff Electric Podcast. You may have already heard about the exciting events that happened on Twitter this week involving Stuttering John Melendez, myself, and a comedy club in Corpus Christi, Texas. During these events, I had the pleasure of speaking with Stuttering John Melendez on the telephone for about 20 minutes. Here is that phone call. I apologize in advance for the sound quality, as there is some background noise due to an unprofessional recording crew that I found on Craigslist. Hello, John? Yes, from Corpus Christi, Texas.
Stop telling Monique where you
clean the potatoes in the sink in the pan. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. Just get lost.
Stacey
okay?
Hogan, Mr. Calvin.
Give me your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
Thank you. Yeah, the trolls.
You can't be an institution that can be bullied, giving you just the outcomes you want. His wife Jenny attempted to do gentlemen.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I can't hear you. Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later. Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can jerk off later.
Riverside FM is the easiest way to produce a hot.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
Thank you. Yeah, the trolls. What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
This is the unedited airing of the Cardiff show. You might think, how come he doesn't cut all this out and skip forward?
But, you know, I did clean the potatoes in the sink in the bathroom because we didn't have a kitchen. Let's see, singers. Stacey Hogan, Mr. Calvin.
I'm not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay?
We don't
Give me your attention. You should be very happy.
We air it just as it was, folks.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
If you're listening to this in the future, you have the privilege of the fast forward button.
What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio
Now, I
Guns
can
that I'm
tell you
bad
how
mouthing
long
her
this is
because
going to
I'm
go
not.
on for.
I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay?
Ruin all the fun.
I gave you your attention. You should be
I
very
can
happy.
already see the numbers dropping. I mean, we're gonna walk this room dry, folks, by the end of this.
Riverside FM is the easiest way to you say hot?
Texas.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Ghost that I'm a bad mouth because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of
I
mine.
was to tell you we're at about the halfway
Just get
point.
lost, okay?
Or maybe past
Give
the
me your
halfway
attention.
point.
Very happy.
Yeah, don't be upset. Come on, you made it this far. We can make it to the end.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Ghost that I'm a bad mouth because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Trolls. What?
Now anyone just joining,
Cardiff Electric,
you can just rewind about 20 minutes and you'll understand what's going on here.
What? I can't hear you.
And she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking I troll. did. So just get
Where are these
lost, okay?
podcasts?
In the sink in the bed. Give me your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Singers. Stacey Hogan, Mexican Maggie, Mexican. You can't be an institution that can bully you, just the outcomes you want. Is why Jenny attempted
Now to recap, what you're hearing is Cardiff calling John from Corpus Christi, Texas, and trying to interview him over the phone.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you.
I'm
You're a
sorry, Jimmy, if you
troublemaker.
can't
Stop
hear
telling
me.
Monique from Radio Ghost that I'm a bad mouth because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Jimmy, I said what you're listening to is Cardiff is calling John from Corpus Christi, Texas, and trying to interview him over the phone.
So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Yeah, trolls.
Riverside FM is the easiest way to produce a hot.
What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Ghost that I'm a bad mouth because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get
Where are these
lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Yeah. Yes. West Coast, Texas.
Hopefully me turning it off helps you hear what's going on in the background.
You're a troublemaker. Stop telling
Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications for maybe the next stage night. And also, if you're thinking about going to Academia, you can try to use promo code JT to save 10% off your tickets. It is April 10th through the 12th at the Plaza Hotel, the beautiful downtown Las Vegas, right across from the historic Fremont Street.
Monique from Radio Ghost that I'm a bad mouth because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll.
I did clean the potatoes.
Just get lost, okay?
Between that
Give me your attention. You should be very happy. You can do jerk off later.
Yeah, the trolls.
Singers.
Stacy Hogan, Mexican Maggie, Mexican.
What?
Now don't forget to go subscribe to patreon.com/CardiffElectric.
Stop telling
You can also Activity Dabbler Network and Obnoxious John on YouTube also.
just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
I mean, this can't go on forever. If you made it this far, just please stick around to the end if you can.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio that I'm bad because I'm not. Hello, Monique, and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later. Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio that I'm bad because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio that I'm bad because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later. Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio that I'm bad because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay?
I did
Give me your attention. You should be very happy.
We have kitchen.
But yeah, like I said, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and the bell. You know, all the other links.
Stacy Hogan, Mexican Maggie,
Stop telling
Academia, Promo JT, the Super Bowl.
I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll.
Subscribe to more of
Just
these
get lost,
podcasts.
okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off
They
later.
also have a free Discord review suggestion channel. And if there's a podcast out there you're interested in covering, you can just put it right in there. You can find all that stuff at moreofthese.com.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio that I'm bad because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your
Everybody
attention.
catch
You
the
should be
Bills
very happy.
game
You can go
Thursday
jerk off
night.
later.
That was a tough loss, man. I hope they come back and get it to the playoffs. Catch me dabbler yesterday. I know he went on late last night. That episode is up on his YouTube channel.
Riverside FM is the easiest way to produce
Also, don't forget, whenever Stuttering John goes live on YouTube, always make sure to check Obnoxious John, because of his Schneid song.
She's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
All right, hey, thanks for listening, Jimmy. Hope you have a good one.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
Thank you. Trolls. What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
But, you know, I did clean the potatoes in the sink in the bathroom. Because we didn't have a kitchen. Let's see, singers. Stacey Hogan, Lisa Calvin Maggie,
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not.
Everybody for watching.
Hogan, she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll.
This question.
Just get lost, okay?
You're all having a good night out
Give me
there.
your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later. Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Guns that I'm bad mouthing her because I'm not. I love Monique and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll. So just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You can go jerk off later.
Thank you. Yeah, the trolls. What?
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker.
Oh, Mr. Carter, I was listening to that Andrew Quaid. I'm going to tell you, she is a hoot. She is giving old Stutter John down the road. She was giving him down the road. I ain't never seen nothing like that. When I played that for old Trace Atkins, and he said, he called up old Travis Trinity to Travis, you got to get over here. You got to hear this podcast. Please, brother. That Andrea is something. She is going places. She will be a big star. I'm going to tell you that right now. She is funny. I expect she's probably right pretty, too. That don't matter. She's funny. She's funny. She's funny. That's all that matters. I expect to see her in the future up on the big and the small screen, if you know what I'm saying there. She is a good well.
Hey, this is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Mr. Carter, I got so excited talking about that old Andrea from Queens, and I forgot to tell you, looking forward to seeing you in Nashville. I got old Trace Atkins and Travis Trent and Tim McGraw. They all want to meet you. They all want to put on a hootenanny for you. So we look forward to seeing you there in Nashville on May, whatever it is, when that old Mr. Cheeseburger does his thing there. We'll be there with the bells on, is what we say. We surely do. We'll be there with bells on. I don't even know what that means, but we'll see you there. Thank you.
Master Yoda, I am. Listening you are to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast. On the internet today, one of the most famous podcasts.
You ready? Yeah. Hey, Cardiff, just wanted to let you know I did get my check in the mail today from Howie Mandel. $2,000. As soon as I hang up, I'm going to take a nice drive to the credit union to deposit it. And with the check, I got a little note from Howie. The note says, I should have not relied on John. He cannot be trusted. Yeah, that's right. It's a little too late to think about that, Howie. He could not be trusted because he's cheap and he's a tightwad. He didn't hire a camera crew like he should have well in advance. He didn't do any due diligence. He's one real tightwad, a cheap ass. Hey, Cardiff. Before going to Washington, D.C., John assured his audience of two things. Number one, he was going to be a professional. Number two, he was going to be relentless. Well, as far as professional, throw that out the window. He never even did the first thing of a pro. He never even identified who he was talking to. Like, who are you and what district do you represent? No, as far as being a professional, he was unwilling to hire a professional camera crew. That never happened. He used Craigslist. And as far as being relentless, no, he didn't do that. He said he was going to ask questions and follow them up. Well, in fact, he asked, let me continue.
And then I can't watch football.
As far as being relentless, he said if he met Kevin McCarthy, he was going to ask him a question. If Kevin didn't answer, he's going to chase him down. Well, he didn't do that. He claims 3 Republicans of the Capitol Hill Club. Never identified a one. When they asked him, when he asked them questions and they didn't answer, he just folded his tent and said, okay, good enough, thanks. That was the extent of his interview. If you could encapsulate how his interviews went, how his DC trip went, he said it was garbage. I say it was a failure. Hey, Cardiff, here's a list of people and things that have betrayed or backstabbed John in the past 7 days. Glenn Kirshner, Gonzo, Purple, the owners of the Pickwick Pub, the owner of J.J. Sullivan's Pub, and the owner of the New Scotland Yard Pub. Also, the owners of Brent's Deli in Northridge. They've all backstabbed John. Oh, too bad for John. Everybody's against the poor guy. Hey, Cardiff. Just got back from a short road trip. Went all the way to Westlake Village and Brent's Deli this morning. Saw Howie Mandel there for brunch. Brian Cranston couldn't make it today, just Howie Mandel. Howie was a little anxious. He said, okay, I paid you your $2,000, but you got to give me a chance to win my money back. I said, sure, I'm up for that. What's your idea? He says, well, let's go double or nothing. Let's go for 4,000, and I'll bet that Stuttering John makes it to Washington, D.C. for a successful trip by the end of the year. I mean, hey, Cardiff, congratulations are in order. I just found out from an unimpeachable source you're rated number 71 in Lithuania. They say they really like your insightful interview technique. Keep it up. You could get higher than 71, but that's pretty good for Lithuania.
Who are these podcasts that thinks they're doing a great service
up next, we got another episode. This one mainly involves Dr. Steve, because at this time, Cardiff was going through some changes, little, probably trying to find himself as I was. And Dr. Steve comes on the podcast to try to, help alleviate the audience and whatnot. And, this one, the audio is actually a lot better, so, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Cardiff Electric, I am not unblocking you. You're a troublemaker. Stop telling Monique from Radio Gunk that I'm bad-mouthing her, because I'm not. I love Monique, and she's a friend of mine. You're a freaking troll, so just get lost, okay? I gave you your attention. You should be very happy. You could go jerk off later.
Hey, it's your old pal Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
I wanted to say it was happy birthday to the owner of our network, Mr. Cardiff, a.k.a. Cardiff Electric. Check him out on Twitter at Cardiff Elec, something like that. And he is an interesting guy. He is a true online surrealist, and I appreciate that. I find him extremely entertaining. And, it's getting... Have you ever liked a band, but you liked it before everybody else did? Mm-hmm. And so everybody, so you kind of, were ahead of the curve, and then all of a sudden everybody else likes that band, and then you're like, ugh, So I liked Cardiff Electric. I appreciated his talent, I think, way before other people saw him for the talent that he is. And now he pulled off a prank that I'm not going to go into now, but it was genius. It was pure genius. And now everybody's like, oh, Cardiff Electric's awesome. I'm not at that point where I'm like, oh, well, it's not cool anymore. He's still cool to me, but I'm actually very happy that other people are picking up on the surreal nature, because you could, we went to the Dali Museum. He was an old school art surrealist, right? Well, Mr. Cardiff is this kind of has the same talent, except it has to do with things on the internet. That's hard to explain. But anyway, you'll go check it out now, and then you'll go, Dr. Steve's a fucking idiot. But I'm just telling you that he is a genius, whether you recognize it or not. And my friend Murray, who was also a genius, he made a comment once that the more biting the satire, the narrower the audience. So Mr. Cardiff's work is very biting indeed, because his audience is pretty small, maybe an audience of one, but I really do appreciate him. So happy birthday, my friend.
Happy
Glad
birthday.
you're out there. Yep. Uh-oh. Better see what this is. Oh. Well, and there he is. Hello, sir.
I just wanted to see if you would answer the phone while you're doing a show.
Of course. Why, I would always take a call from the esteemed Cardiff Electric, the owner of our podcast network and famed creator of the SJ Army.
Time is money. Get back to work.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's funny.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff. See? Sit off. 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 Sit off.
Master Yoda, I am. Listening you are to the world famous Cardiff Electric podcast. On the internet today, one of the most famous podcasts.
Hey, Cardiff, I'm shocked. Yes, shocked to see that John announced on Twitter that he's going to be performing at a comedy club in Corpus Christi, Texas in June. The owner must never look to see what John did on his previous appearances. He certainly didn't see what John did at the Black Box in Florida recently, where he attracted a total of 12 listeners to see his comedy performance. This is a joke. Maybe the owner wants to lose money, or maybe John's four-walling it and paying the comedy owner to put him in the club. That's the only thing that really makes sense, that John's paying the owner to put him in the club.
Well, Mr. Carter, that's them stuttering John tape now. Listen to the whole thing. That was plumb fascinating. You really did do a number on oh, stutter John, you surely did. Well, I learned a lot from listening to that. I made old Trace Atkins take a listen to it as well, and he thought it was plumb fascinating. And you certainly plumbed the depths of old Stutter John on it. Well, congratulations on that and all your success there. And we sure do appreciate you here in the holler. And, I might call you back with a joke or two in a little bit. I've got a couple of them. They're knee slappers, I'll tell you that. They'll get you going. Yes, they sure.
Hey, this is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You're listening to the world famous Cardiff Electric podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Mr. Cardiff, top of the morning to ye. I promised you I'd give you a knee slapper or two. I got a couple of good for you. All right, it's a comedic style, you might say, if you're in the business art. And here's number one. Here's the first one. It hits again. I'll tell you that. What happened to the snowman when he went outside? Well, he had a total meltdown, don't you know? Because it's snowing in the heat. It works better in the winter. I'll tell you that. That one's a seasonal joke there. Here's another one. How come the baker became a thief? Because he needed the dough. Because, well, you got to make dough when you make that bread.
And then I can't watch football.
And that was a quick episode. That was primarily just a clip from Dr. Steve. Happened to be on Cardiff's birthday there. Now, we only got one more episode to go for me to play for you here on our date by the fire. You know, I haven't forgotten this time. We're still on a date. Hope it's going well for you out there. I know some of the football games are wrapping up now. You know, sorry the Bills weren't playing today. They lost on Thursday. We all know that. But to continue with the last episode for May of 2022, at this time, Cardiff kind of takes a sabbatical. You know, he announced that he was leaving at this time, and a lot of his followers, you know, fellow Cardiffenders and whatnot, you know, were kind of taken back by this, and they all decided to call into Cardiff's show at the time and leave their voicemails for him, you know, wishing them their condolences and whatnot, chasers and all that stuff. And you're gonna hear some familiar, well, you might hear some familiar names. Some people that were around from back then. Some people still are. Some people are still watching that you might not see. So it's a good trip down memory lane here, and I hope you enjoy it. And I promise it's not as bad as the earlier, but you know, we survived and we moved on. And here you go. This episode was actually titled Tora, Tora, Tora.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous
We don't
podcast
skip
in
the intro
world
song here,
today.
folks. We play it just as it airs.
Cardiff Electric. He's so cool. Come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
アメリカの国民性から見てこれほど彼らを奮撃させるものはあるまい。これでは眠れる巨人を起こし奮い立たせる結果を招いたも同然である。
Hey, Cardiff, your old pal Gary in San Diego. I just heard from WATP's podcast that it looks like you might be on semi-permanent hiatus, which is bad news. I'm sorry to hear that. Judy and I are both kind of whimpering over the bad, sad news. Hope it's not true. But anyway, if it is, we'll be talking to you 419 if you want to give me a call. If not, via con Dios, as they say in San Diego.
I already did. We already turned it off already.
That's fine.
Starting off with the celebration that Cardiff Electric is gone. Another victory for Stuttering John.
Admiral Sulu, congratulations, John. You've driven that troll Cardiff off the airwaves.
Also, he doesn't realize this, but Cardiff Electric is like a Jedi. Like, you can't kill him. He'll be back.
He'll be more powerful
He'll be more
than you can ever
powerful than you
imagine.
can possibly imagine. Like, you don't celebrate the Cardiff is gone. Trust me. There's more to come from that guy.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend. First time caller. Long time listener. I thought you interview with Mr. Melendez was quite illuminating. I think you're a fascinating and delightful young man. And to paraphrase the words of the immortal Sally Field, I like you. I like you.
Hey, Cardiff, here's a list of things and people and entities that have betrayed or backstabbed Stuttering John Melendez in the past 7 days. Gonzo, Michael Cohen, the administrators of Craigslist, Monique of Radio Gunk, Brent's Deli in Northridge, Brent's Deli in Westlake Village, Alf from Melmac, comedy clubs in North America. They've all betrayed John. I'm going to keep a running tally, but it doesn't look good for John. Okay, talk to you later. Hey, Cardiff, one other entity that has really betrayed John this week, the stock market. From the stocks we know that he has, based on what he said in this podcast, he has AMC Entertainment, that's tanking. Ford Motor stock, that's tanking. Miramed stock, that's tanking. And he owns Bitcoin. Bitcoin exchanges look like they might be going bankrupt. John is losing a fortune in the stock market, and we know the thing he likes the most, that he cherishes, is his money, because he's a tightwad. He must really be in a tight bind right now that the stock market is tanking right before his eyes. Hey, Cardiff. On his Thursday show, self-proclaimed millionaire Stuttering John Melendez revealed that he has quite a bit of investments in crypto Bitcoin. But he's not worried about the drop in market value because he hasn't sold, as he's watching this portfolio diminish in value by at least 50%. He's not worried. He hasn't sold. So he keeps watching. It goes down. No worry, though. He hasn't sold. It's all on paper for him. He's very happy with his crypto investments. He's a genius or an ignoramus. Hey, Cardiff. I was asked by my neighbor Sandy who's betrayed or backstabbed John this week. Well, you could start off the top of the list by Gonzo. He hasn't gotten back with John since John's failed trip to D.C. Brent's Deli in Northridge and Brent's Deli in Westlake Village. They've betrayed John. Uh, let's see who else has betrayed John. Oh, Alf from Melmac has betrayed John. I think Hal Sparks is not talking to John. So he's kind of betrayed John too. John's having trouble booking guests, especially comedy guests. So part of it is all the comedy club owners in the United States, they've betrayed John. They won't hire the poor guy. He's got nothing to do except his podcast. Hey, Cardiff. Stuttering John admits he's got a whole bunch of Bitcoin that he bought at the high of the market. But he's not worried because even though they plunged in value, he hasn't sold, so he hasn't taken a loss. He also admitted he has 3 closets stuffed to the gills with Beanie Babies that he bought at the high of the market. But he's not worried about their plunge in value because he still has them. He hasn't sold them yet, so he hasn't taken any losses on the Beanie Babies he has.
Oi, Cardiff boy, Cranberry here. I just wanted to read you something I found. It's by this John Donne fella. He lived in Tudor times or some shit. It's called No Man is an Island. It's about not forgetting to see the value in people. And it made me think about that Melendez fella blocking you. I think everyone could take something away from this. It was pretty good. Anyway, hold on.
Hey, Cardiff, it's your old pal Gary in San Diego. From reading John's May 24th Twitter, It appears he might be in a feud with his good friend Monique. Monique asked John to come on for an interview to discuss his trolls, and John seems to be very upset about that she would even ask that question. So now it appears he's feuding with Monique. Can you get Monique on for an interview on your podcast? She might have a lot to say. I'm sure there's a lot of fodder there for Monique to discuss about Stuttering John.
Ooh, that was fucking weird. Hey Cardiff, I don't know if you're getting this. The mobile app is being really stupid. Anyways, so within a month, John went from embarrassing himself with his live show to 10 people, the DC trip that was, you couldn't even write how bad of a disaster that was. And then everyone found out he's a substitute teacher. Like, it's not his month. All right, anyways, call me back. Or actually don't. Hey, I don't know if you got my last message, but I will record it again. My first message to you, there's like a really weird noise in the beginning. I have no idea where that came from because I'm like walking my dog alone outside, and yeah, that's real fucking creepy. All right, anyways, not as creepy as John's life though. Bye.
Hello, this is Buggering John, Stuttering John's cousin from across the pond. In defense of John, please note that just because someone has worked in radio, television, and film for almost 35 years, it does not mean that they would necessarily understand this simple concept of chroma key. Nor should they be disparaged because they're unable to orchestrate a simple remote interview. And pulling one's shirt up during a stand-up show is the absolute height of comedic genius. Cheerio, John.
Hello, Cardiff. Cranberry here. You know all that palaver about the cream? Well, I think I know what one's infected. I caught them all sniffing round little Howard's arse. It was, mate, it made my eyes sting. It will. Anyway, could you ask Keely to return? Oi, Cardiff boy. Cranberry here. So, cat update. Gave little Howard a bath. And I applied for cream. Anyway, no matter what I do, Howard simply stinks. I don't know what it is. But these other little fuckers, they won't stop sniffing around his arse. I can't keep them away. I don't know what to do, mate. It's driving me up the wall. But yeah, when you see Keely, can you tell her to return my calls? It's getting fucking silly now, mate. Great podcast, by the way. 4-4. Oi, oi, Cardiff boy. It's got a nice selection of salami here. Got some Milano, some Napoli, and Calabrian. Now, for my mind, can't beat a bit Milano, but if you want to get a bit fancy, get a bit of Napoli. It's a little bit spicy. It's nice. But for my mind, Germans, they're all over the salami game, mate. Can't beat it. Au revoir. Hello, mate. Cranberry here. Nice sunny day in London town. 22 degrees. Highs are 26 degrees later. I think in America that's like 300 or something. I don't know, you do it backwards or some shit. Anyway, have a nice sweaty bollocks day. Au revoir. Oi, oi, Cardiff boy. Cranberry here. How you doing, geezer? It's nice hot 22 degrees in sunny London town today. Fucking sweating my bollocks off. This can't get to 26. Fucking hell. That's probably about 300 in American, isn't it? I don't know, you lot do it fucking backwards. Oddballs. Anyway, love you, boy. Have a nice day. Oi, oi, Cardiff boy. Cranberry here. You ever read the Iliad? It's about the sacking of Troy, all of that shit. So it's only one book out of a shit ton, and in this book there's this bloke called Achilles, right? He's the fucking greatest warrior there is. He spends half the book, I say half, 2/3 of the book, sat on his arse, complaining about how he's destined for greatness. And then, let's go now. Hello, Cardiff boy. It's Cranberry in the air. Got a cat update. It's not good, mate. It's not good. So I've been so distracted by how badly Howard smells, and all these other little fuckers sniffing around his arsehole. Well, it turns out Howard didn't have the infection. Little Patrick died. He's been hiding for the last couple of days, and yes, I just didn't notice, mate. So took him to the vets. Basically, little Patrick's arsehole rotted from the outside in. The vet said it would have been a very painful death, which is obviously great news. I mean, it's horrible, mate. You could see where he was clawing at it, his own arsehole. Little Patrick. Yes, that's it. If you could pass on a message to Keeley. There will be a funeral service later this week. I doubt she'll be there, but whatever. Alright. Oi, Cardiff boy. Cranberry in here. I saw this bullshit. You're dead. What's going on, mate? Call me back. Now, seriously, now, Cardiff. It's fucking your dead business. You're getting a bit fucking silly. Oh, also, a little bit fucking coincidental. My missus fucking runs off to America for some podcasting cunt. Now you've fucking gone and died. Huh? Fucking explain what's going on, Cardiff. Fucking call me back. Don't be a cunt. Sorry, Cardiff. I'm just little Patrick's death just fucking it took it out of me, mate. I didn't mean to shout at you like that. I know it's not your fault you're dead. It's not little Patrick's either. It's just that shit now, you know. Miss you, Cardiff. I miss our little chats. Miss little Patrick's little pat. Silly little fucker. Au revoir. Hello, Cardiff. Are you alright, boy? Yeah. Oi, Cardiff, boy. Cranberry here. Oh, mate, it's hot. It's bloody hot today. I don't know how hot it is where you are, but I know you're always in that mask. So, like me, you're probably very pale. Now, with the sun being what it is, I do want to stress the importance. You've got to use sunscreen, mate. It's dangerous out there. I'm telling you, what with climate change and that. Oof, dangerous. And don't forget, drink plenty water. Yeah, get yourself one of them big 2 litres. Knock that back. That'll sort you out. Anyway, just checking you're healthy. Look after yourself. Au revoir. Oi, Cardiff, boy. Just it's Cranberry here. Just enjoying some fruit. I just wondered, what's your opinion on the Kiwi? Call me back. Oi, Cardiff, boy. Cranberry here. You know when you hear people talking, you walk down the street, you hear something, and you go, oh, that's interesting. That makes me think. There's 2 blokes walking down the street, one, but he says, at a certain place, at a certain time, everything is different. People don't have to talk shit, don't they? Oi, Cranberry here. I just wanted to read you something. It's Philosophy by Emily Dickinson. It might be easier to fall with land in sight than gain my blue peninsula to perish of delight. Think about it.
If you're listening to this not live, that was primarily Cranberry Electric calling in and leaving voicemails. We'll delve more into the Cranberry Electric podcast in the coming shows.
Olive oil. Olive oil. Oh, for fuck's sake. I am Cardiff Electric. 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 I am.
Some of these voicemails are following Cardiff's stunt where he pulled off the John interview that we listened to earlier. A lot of people weren't happy with it, as you could kind of tell.
Human body just crash on its own. It needs to sleep. It's a lot of just weight off my shoulders. Because the first night, it's, I'm angry, couldn't sleep. That was the thing with why I started doing this. Sort of me letting it go. Even though I know it's only going to last a while. I would, I could get rid of the burden tonight. I can get rid of all the burden tomorrow. Work on repairing what's been broken. But, I want to close that chapter, move forward. Because, it's definitely, I know part of this is so I don't keep all the burden on my shoulders and grind on it like I used to. This, honestly, it eats at me. Like I probably look at, where I barely get any sleep last night, barely got any sleep Thursday night, because I'm having the dreams again. I'm having the dreams again, Cardiff. Oh, I'm having the dreams again.
Well, Mr. Carter, we sorely did miss you in Nashville, there. I'll tell you that. It was, you were sorely missed, but it was a good time. I actually got to meet that Tucker Carlson feller. He wasn't too bad. He kind of one of them hippie types, but he was a pretty nice feller. I'll tell you that. Everybody was good. They got into the corn squeezing pretty heavy over there, and had them a big old hootin' Annie. Well, I saw on that that your account there had been taken over by some R. Melendez feller. I wonder if he's any kin to that old stuttering John. I expect he probably is. Well, if I can help you in any way, me and old Tim McGraw come get that fixed for you, because he.
Mr. Carter, my cousin Clayton told me he heard you weren't going to do no shows no more, and that your show got took over by that feller, that other feller, Martinez or something like that. I can't remember now. I surely hope it weren't that Tucker Carlson feller that got into it with you. Cletus says he's all right, but I don't know. I don't rightly know what to think about all that. Well, I'm just an old widow woman just sitting here in the dark. Don't worry about me none. I got a crust of bread and some swamp water. I'll be all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Can't get rid of the smell. Can't sleep. She's still gone. So tired. I'm just so tired. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
What you just heard was a collection of voicemails left after Cardiff took his hiatus. And in those voicemails, you heard a notable voice. Probably, I don't know if you ever heard him, but you know the name. Muttering John. Not to be confused with Muttering Jay. And if you listen to a previous Be Down Live, I think we kind of discussed that for a brief second, how the possibility of two different personas from two different people. But that is a story for another day. Just like the story of Cranberry Electric. He's a intimate. I'm gonna try to say the goddamn word, but he's a very interesting character, and which we're definitely gonna cover because all these dates were going on, like the one we are right now, here by the fire. How's it going? How are you? Is it hot enough? Hope you're staying warm out there. But yes, Cranberry Electric. We're gonna get into that because right now we're at the end of May 2022, and he kind of comes into his own pretty soon, and we're gonna dive a lot into that coming up in our next few dates. I think it's something. He was a figure that I was looking forward to covering because when I kind of started really getting, I guess, active in the Dabbleverse or the Hackverse, was he was a main inspiration, I think, and I'd like to maybe get into that on a date coming up soon. You know, might get a little personal, a little close, but that's for another day and another time. But I hope you enjoy those episodes that we listened to today of Cardiff Show, and do have a few more to catch a dabbler games, which I've been putting together, playing at the end of the show. But before that, we're going to kind of jump forward a little bit to October of 2022. And I'm going to play a clip here from WATP. It's one of their very early, I don't want to say early, but on YouTube. Because they've been around since 2016, and it wasn't until maybe just a few years ago they started doing live shows on YouTube. But, okay, this was from October. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, blah, blah, blah. If you listen to one of our previous days, we actually covered the very beginning episodes of WATP with host Kevin and co-host Carl. I think that was our Isotopes date. Go check them out if you're interested in instrumental surf rock. But as I was, WATP in there in October 2022. I keep having to repeat the year just so we all remember that this isn't current and all this stuff happened. But just like stuff going on now, history kind of repeats itself. And even back then, John had a special guest on that he could never get his or her first name right. Was it Eva? Was it Ava? Who knows? But Carl with Anthony Kuhn, with Shuley, producer Chris, and Vinny, they kind of went over this little Stuttering John clip. But before that, you're going to be introduced to a figure we haven't mentioned or haven't seen yet on any of our dates yet, but who we definitely will be covering in the future. Probably, you know him, you love him. You'll see him here talked about in the beginning of the video clip here. Let me just try to pull it up here for you folks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to stop it periodically, depending on what's going on and stuff. I know with the, on our dates, I never forgot we're on a date. I kind of let the Cardiff's podcast just play through. But when it comes to like long videos, I kind of like to pause it and give like updated information on things that might have been going on or have happened since then. So just sit back by the fire. Don't get your toes too close to it. Don't let that marshmallow melt too much now. All right. Filthy animals.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
So, Shu, I'm sure you're aware that there's just a million channels opening up, people creating new videos about Stuttering John, all these new YouTube videos. There was one that caught my eye this week. DNN, Dabbler News Network.
I was gonna play this on Rico.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
This is hilarious. This is B Dabbler, BE Dabbler on YouTube. People should like and subscribe. Already way better produced than anything fucking John has ever done. Oh, yeah. The Dabbler News Network.
Dabblers, there is no denying we are in a Stuttering John boom. I'll say it again. We are in a Stuttering John economic boom.
Economic boom. So this is awesome. This guy's wearing a Mexican wrestling mask. He's got a button-up shirt and a tie. And he's fired up about Stuttering John.
Everyone's making money off this dummy except for him. Even the Clone Wars have started.
You watch the guy.
So now he's showing Dabbler's Unanimous and Why Do I Podcast with Kevin, which is actually a show now. It used to be just a bad joke from Tony Michaels. Now it's actually a show. So they did a crossover episode. So now it's showing. This is getting insane. It's so out of control.
If only they knew 3 years later the amount of spin-off shows and creators that have come and gone over the years. It's phenomenal. There are people currently making like documentary style videos. I know Shitterson has. As far as like he's supposedly putting out one coming up in the next month that's gonna pick up where he left off and cover a lot of the maybe a lot of the early WATP Stuttering John mess. Because even back then, don't forget, John was suing Carl always coming up with a lawsuit down the pike left and right. So the idea of these lawsuits is nothing new. These shows that the characters, people come and go all the time. It's nothing new. Chatters, people, supporters of these shows come and go all the time. Nothing new. Everything has already been done before, said before, seen before. New characters will pop up time to time that people cover for a bit and then they'll kind of fade out. Another one will show up, take their spot and everyone's attention. And here, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like I said, what they're covering is from October 2022. You just saw Dabbler pop up. He was doing his Dabbler News Network things. He started out doing these short videos, the drunk of the week and whatnot, and all that stuff we will eventually get to on future dates. So just stay tuned.
and you're like, there was just so much to clip here, so this is why there's so many shows.
If it weren't for WATP, I definitely would never know his current position in life and how funny it is to watch.
New and original Stut Joe programming premieres literally every day.
Yeah, I love this stuff. This is like a TV show for me.
The Stut Show Depot's
We'll
another
talk
one.
to Ava about her transition.
By the way, it's Ava Riza.
Ava, I don't know if you...
Jesus Christ.
So the way this is edited,
Later in the top screen is producer Chris, Vinny Polino, and then Carl and Shuli. And I think this is one of the first times Ava was on Stuttering John. This is what they're covering as they're watching Bedabbler do his News Network short video.
This doesn't stop, by
This
the
is
way.
the main reason why I wanted to play this, because I love this segment of this. So John had Ava on, who is a trans woman. And the only reason why he brought
Get out of here.
I know,
What?
I know, it's so shocking. The only reason why he brought her on was to talk about how horrible a person, I should say, what a monster Anthony Cumia is.
Ava, you see any good movies lately? Are there any directors you like?
Yeah, imagine if you had good questions for her.
I can tell you could say a lot of bad things about Anthony, but he wouldn't call a fucking friend on 1.5 legs and ask him to go scare somebody. I can tell you that.
That's a good point. So this is great because Ava, just like Alon did, has to explain how her name is pronounced, and John
That was Hitman.
does not.
He was referring to Hitman Dan coming up to him in Long Island.
I comprehend that in any way.
Know what I'm going through right now with this fucking monster.
By the way, it's Ava Riza.
But you know what, Ava? Like, and you know, I'm...
By the way, it's Ava Riza.
Let me ask you this, Ava, because you sent me these links.
He's still making her name wrong, his name wrong all the time.
By the way, it's Ava Riza.
Yeah, I'll definitely have you on again, Ava. And,
Sure. By the way, it's Ava Riza.
Ava, it's been a pleasure. Please come back again.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sweetie. Okay, Ava Reza on the show.
By the way, it's Ava Riza.
Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I know I did.
What a drunk asshole or a drunk acehole. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Drunk of the Week. Drunk of the Week. This week's Drunk of the Week is Stuttering John Melendez. Congratulations, you pickle punk.
Yeah, a lot of beer. Plenty of beer. Plenty of beer on my birthday. Beer will be going down smoothly.
He really needs to bring back Drunk of the Week. But as you do every week, it was always John Melendez.
10-4.
Yep. Oh, Sunflower Dragon, thank you for the $20. Happy birthday, John. Have a beer from me. Thank you. I could actually get 4 beers from you with that. Thank you very much.
Oh, God.
It's so pathetic.
That's rock bottom, what I just heard right there.
He's got a tip 10 on each beer, too.
Yeah, breaking down the amount of beers a $20 donation gets you.
And it's funny because yesterday John did a show on his birthday, and he's such a needy bitch. This is what he tweeted out. I'm looking forward to my birthday show tomorrow with @Tony Michaels, @I am Gabe Sanchez, @Ojeda for America, and whoever else wants to come. And then he mentions @Ron Filipkowski, I don't know, the list goes on and on and on. He's just Lincoln's Bible. He's trying to get anyone on who will come on the show because he did actually make some pretty good money on the show yesterday. A lot of super chats.
His birthday show, which we know he has come to use his birthday show as a major grift, hoping to make bank on it for the coming months.
Came in for him, but what adult man's like, oh, it's my birthday show, everyone. We got to celebrate my birthday show.
Could be my last one.
Yeah, probably.
By the way, last night we were back on YouTube live for the first time since he hit us with a copyright strike. And 3 hours before the show,
Again, this was from October 2022. So you see all this lawsuits, striking. It's all keeps going on and on over and over again and again.
we had $15 in donations, people waiting in the chat room. And we had, within 10 minutes of the show, we had close to $200 of people donating and nothing makes me happier.
That's 40 beers.
Oh, by,
you know,
by the
John?
way, the video on the subreddit where you're talking about how he hired this guy to come intimidate you. The funniest comment underneath that from Dabbler of the Year: Skull Team 6.
Yes, fantastic.
And they're for Hitman Dan.
Hilarious.
Fantastic.
And the
I
other
agree.
thing I didn't mention, because there's too much Stuttering John news to even get to, is the fact that he accused me of buying tickets to our show in Detroit in order to sell it out. So just a couple tweets that I want to read here.
This is how you...
That is from the Magic Bag. Carl's first show at the Magic Bag, which he has been doing 4 years in a row now. And every year they sell out. And they always have on as special guest the Drew Lane and his show come on for a little bit. But it's a great venue. It's a great place. Every fall, October, September, hopefully in 2026, maybe he'll go back to it again.
You know he doesn't have anyone in his life anymore because there's nobody to go, John, that's not really... the guy's probably not buying tickets because it's like you just bought it to have the sign say sold out on the marquee and then takes a picture and then go into an empty
Why would
theater.
any venue let you do that?
Right.
Exactly.
How would that help them? They wouldn't sell more beer if I bought all the tickets. They wouldn't like that.
Well, I'd be there, but
you wouldn't have that. They'd sell plenty of beer. Don't get me wrong. No. So anyway, so John tweeted out, "Gee whiz, he buys his own seats. How lame do you have to be? He so badly wants to be famous." What does that have to do with wanting to be famous if I had to buy my own? All right.
Yeah.
So then he writes, "I couldn't imagine doing that, but it's a fact that he does as I talk to the manager there." So now what John is saying is that he's calling the venue that we played, the Magic Bag, talking to my buddy Andy over there, who was
No, Ferndale, Michigan.
awesome to us, who loved us. Yeah. And Andy's going, yep. I can confirm that he could not sell out this show on his own, that he had to buy extra tickets, and then we put the sold out show. Like, if that were true, it's not. It's an insane thing to think.
I bet
If that
you
were
called
true-
a purse store or something stupid.
Well, he didn't tell anyone. Why would Andy give up that information? Like, venues
I've been to the Magic Bag Detroit show 2 years in a row, and it's like standing room only. I mean, it's a nice venue. A lot of people come out to these shows.
aren't interested in telling people about the attendance of previous shows. Like, listen, I happen to hate the performer that was there last weekend. Could you tell me shitty things about them?
Let me talk to the manager.
Yeah.
He's such a Karen.
He talked to the manager like he talked to the Rochester Police Department.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. But the fact that he thinks that that's going to prove anything or intimidate someone, like John gets so upset. They're calling the clubs that I perform at. John, you just tweeted that you called the club I performed at. Do you not see what's going on here? You're doing the exact thing you complain about. You fucking bitchy little Karen.
It is one of my favorite things about him is the minute he starts railing against something, someone, usually from Dabblers, will post a screenshot or a video of him doing that exact thing he's up in arms about. You know?
Like Vinny said, he's drunk swinging. He's just, I
like,
don't know why I'm upset, but I'm upset.
Like his shit is like a hair drug test. Like his shit goes way back. It's not just, the minute he starts yelling about it, can you believe this guy uses the N-word? Boom, 20 clips. Here you go.
I know. All right.
Crazy.
So I want to bring it back to Ava, and this is another video that was produced. So this is Stut Joe Depot.
Stut Joe Depot. He's another guy that was around for a big time back in 2022 and since kind of just disappeared. Another one of these guys that has come and gone. The idea of Stut Joe Depot was because when John lived in Los Angeles, Canoga Park, it was across the street from a Home Depot,
I believe. And so this is the recap of that appearance because John pretends he's bringing this person on to talk to them about their journey and does none of that. He just wants to talk about Anthony Comia.
It's weird that it's a person that like is not on his radar in any way. Like they've never been on before.
Right.
It's almost like he just got someone to reply and brought them on to talk about the what it's like being trans when you have someone very close to you that you could ask to come on.
He doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe not.
and little do we know that both Ava and John's child all live in the same town, like blocks maybe away from each other.
It's just odd.
It's very odd, and people think that maybe this person's trolling John because she does say that she likes Anthony Cumia. She's a fan of Opie and Anthony. So I think that kind of ruins his credibility on this a little
Takes
bit.
the wind out of his sails
a little bit.
I love this stuff. This is like a TV show for me.
This guy does great stuff too.
Yeah, this is amazing. So the first screen of this Stut Joe Depot show is Stuttering John wearing a Stut Joe Depot hat, and he's got a smock on like he works at the Home Depot with the dark branded logo.
Is that him doing the air quotes thing?
And he's doing the air quotes.
With stink lines.
Stink lines are coming out of his pits.
It's the best.
And of course he's got the halo because he can do no wrong. Everything he does is perfect. There's probably 7 more jokes there I'm not even getting, but it's fucking fantastic. God damn. Everyone involved in this is so fucking funny except for John.
Yep.
It really is amazing.
Stuff. This is like a TV show for me. But we'll talk to Ava about her transition and how it was to do that.
But I got to go in a minute, John. Who's up next? Who do you got?
Wow, he looks terrible.
I have Ava Mazer.
Close enough.
By the way, it's Ava Reiser.
She's a transgender woman, and she's going to come on. Now, so I'm going to have this transgender woman, and we're going to learn about how difficult it was to make the transition.
Are we?
I mean, the idea of just reaching out to his son, daughter, would have probably made a lot more sense back then.
Ava, I don't know if you know what I'm going through right now with this fucking monster. I've been having this, I guess you'd call it a battle, which I call a battle between good and evil with Anthony Cumia. He does it because he believes it. Because he's a sick fuck. Like, because I really don't want that kind of hate on this, on this show.
I think
Brilliant.
like Anthony
brilliant.
and Patrice and Louis like just riffing is like they're really really funny.
Yeah.
And so
John doesn't even know how he's reacting to things anymore. Yeah, I mean, they're great comedians. Don't get me wrong. I mean, no, they're evil. It's good for
What do you
Steve.
He thinks he's talking to the guy from The Crow. He doesn't even know what's going on.
He has no idea.
Look, hate me, okay? I don't give a fuck if you hate on me.
You don't? Shuey, do you think that's true? That he doesn't give a fuck if you hate on him?
Hey, listen, as long as there's a friend out there that can reach out and converse and touch someone for him, he's not lying. He doesn't care. The guy in Long Island apparently cared a lot. He decided to show up in his handicap van and read me the riot act.
Fucking trash me all you want. Have all these loser comics on to trash me. I don't give a shit. This is Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia goes out there, and he's a high school dropout, which you could only expect that kind of shit coming out of his mouth.
I remember Cumia made the joke saying that when he pulled up to John's show, it was the first time he was able to park so close to the building, and that was because there was nobody there.
Emma's cracking up. She's like, this is all you got on this guy? He's a high school dropout. He's a multimillionaire. Yeah. He does the thing that you wanted to do, host a show, and he does it so brilliantly that he's made millions and millions of dollars doing it. How do you not realize that you're the loser in this scenario?
And I like her mic placement thing. I think I'm going to start doing that now. This is a good look.
Do you think any trans person wants to sit there and listen to this guy fucking virtue signal?
No. It's so insulting.
It really is.
And by the way, I'm going to get the same mic setup. It might cover my teeth. Might. We'll see.
This twisted lunatic known as Anthony Cumia.
Why does he hate you so much?
Why does he hate you so much? Well, I started it.
I don't know. You call a guy a pedophile a few hundred times, and he gets all bent out of shape about it.
You ever heard of pock marks?
Just one clip, because I think this one clip says it all. In one.
What they're watching is a video put together by Stut Joe Depot.
30-second clip. And I'll play that now. And again, I'll warn people that you know, apparently he was mad at this guy who mentions Red Bar, who are geniuses.
Holy shit, John is Team Red Bar now. This is the guy who's
Red Bar
worried
doesn't
about.
like him either, though.
No, Mike David does not like John in any single way. He's ripped him to shreds before. And if you're worried about words people use, yeah, watch out. I wouldn't keep close company with Red Bar if you're worried about people using the R word, John.
Well, I was watching his live show yesterday. I think it was on his birthday, and a guy donated to him and said, and in the name it said Red Bar.
Yeah.
And he's like, John, we love you. Like, we can't wait to have you. We'd love to have you on the show.
Yep, he falls
Keep
for it.
fighting the fight. And yeah, and he fell for it immediately.
He's such a moron.
He goes, I reached out to you guys. I'll come on anytime.
Oh my God, I would love to see what Mike would do.
They got my letters.
My letters are PU.
So I'm going to have this transgender woman, and we're going to learn about how difficult it was to make the transition.
Okay.
But you know what? Like, and you know, I hate having to bring it back to Anthony Cumia. Like, you know, well, first of all, he says the F word for gay and then uses the N word twice. The disconnect is in Anthony's brain. So now
you could tell that a lot of people are saying that Ava has been trolling John this whole time recently in the past few months. And now remember, this was October 2022, the first time Ava appeared with John. So to say that they're currently trolling him now would be to say that even back then they were trolling him, trying to get his attention to get on. And I imagine Ava reached out to John to be on his show, and John has never wanted to turn anybody down.
Anthony, that's what he believes. Anthony Cumia chooses not to. Well, let me ask you this, Ava, because you sent me these links to Anthony and
so Ava obviously knows Anthony Cumia in the history and everything going on.
And
just to see like what to talk to you about
yeah, Anthony going on another show, and then Anthony on his own show. But I will just say to you that he posts this other one of my son now as an adult male and writes.
No air quotes
And
there.
he has no problem with this. This is the only thing that Stuttering John made that was funny.
That is a great joke. I'm sorry, John. I know you don't get it, but that is a great joke.
What if he got it on air? He's like, oh, I get it now.
Oh, actually, no, that actually is a pretty good one.
Anthony's so funny. When I was doing the show, we were talking about John. We were talking about something, and I just go, he's so transparent. And Anthony goes, he is transparent. And it took me a minute to get it. I didn't even get. He's so fast, so funny.
It's great.
With the zingers.
Now, what kind of monster?
And it's like there's times where Anthony can be funny on this, even on that Compound show.
Yeah, I'll definitely have you on again, Ava. And
sure. People started emailing me on but they found a way to contact me through like my Bandcamp, which is it's like a very interesting way that they found to tell me not to come on the show. And
this is great.
It's so
Watch,
fascinating.
they
because
zoom in on John's face here.
They try to imply that you're a sexist and homophobic person, which is one patronizing that they don't think.
He's so mad.
All John's doing right there is just reading the chat on his show.
Anthony and watch that podcast and all that. And he's talking. They keep posting these things.
That conversation took 2 years off his life. It's amazing.
The voice in his head's like, keep it together. Keep it together.
Things were like you made a joke about Caitlyn Jenner at some point or whatever.
Yeah, that was that joke was way before. That was way before we knew that he was transgender.
And now I hear they cut off his fucking penis. Ladies, that just takes a pair of balls.
I was actually shocked.
Classic line.
Because I was friends with Bruce.
It's okay. You don't have to even explain it to me. But you can.
No, I know. But I didn't know. I mean,
I love John getting caught in lies. He's such an idiot. It's all on the internet, John. We're gonna find it. People are gonna find it.
Well, the thing about that is,
I hate his fucking cruise ship comic energy up on stage. He's like, "Oh, that takes a lot of balls."
He gives that look like, oh, I'm terrible. Whoa.
Did I
That's
just say
just
that?
what I do, people. What can I tell you?
The guy fucking filling the buffet in the back of the room, just his eyes rolling to the back of his fucking head.
You guys knew you were coming to the Late Show, right? Whoa, watch out.
I had no idea. Ava, it's been a pleasure. Please come back again.
Oh, Ava will come back more and more and again and again.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sweetie. Okay, Ava Reza on the show.
By the way, it's Ava Reza.
Amazing. Well
Ava.
done.
One point, he called her Ava Mazer. He added an M to it. I mean, the guy's just a fucking dummy.
He's just so stupid.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
And that was from October 2022, just following their very first Detroit live show at the Magic Bag, which was sold out, and it's sold out every time since. But we're almost done with this date here by our little campfire. I kind of wanted to play that because it was kind of relevant to what's going on today. It was something that I found. It then also included a little teaser for future shows with Bedabbler doing his thing, which we're gonna get to. There's a lot on the horizon in future plans for these shows, and we do kind of just cover a lot of like Cardiff Electric, El Harible, WATP stuff from around that time. So if you enjoy what you're hearing, please stick around and for future shows, or go back to listen to ones that you have missed. But before we wrap up things here, I'm gonna play a few games from May of 2022, where Cardiff was doing his To Catch a Dabbler game, and we got a couple of those. We got about 4 of those to watch, or not watch, because like I said, WATP at this time wasn't mainly on YouTube really, but so a lot of these are all audio centric. But it did go through and clip out some stuff. And on this first episode, you're gonna listen to WATP 309. Kind of goes back to the beginning of the show because Croge, a guest host, he brings up Mom Swipes Left rebuttal of WATP's review of their show. As was mentioned earlier and mentioned last week, again, they bring up, Pomay, their potato in Cardiff. It all kind of starts back to the origin of how Cardiff got his filter and all that stuff. So go back, check that out. So we're going to take a listen to it right now.
Crows, you brought over some additional podcasting clips.
I did.
With you today.
What would you like to get
Well, should we respond to the response of Mom Swipes Left, or what are we doing?
I think we should at least listen to it.
Okay, let's
I think
hear
we
it.
should hear what the ladies have to say.
I don't even know where we are with this at this point. I'm lost now because then the potato got involved in Cardiff. I'm like, I don't even know where we're at anymore.
Ever since the potato got involved, everything's weird.
It's gotten real weird.
And they bring that up. So let's start with my number 17 because Palm is blowing up.
I know that there's some confusion about Palm swipes after.
Right? Exploding across the interwebs. I mean, relatively speaking. I mean, from
for us,
0 to 1 view to, double
7
digits.
Is it double?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it actually got into the teens. It's pretty wild. Now, one thing I love about boomers on the internet who don't know how the internet works is that they think no one else knows how the internet works either.
Right, that's hilarious to them.
They don't realize that, like, most of the population that they're talking to was forged in this technology. They know it inside and out. They instinctively can smell bullshit.
They're talking to people now, Crouch. What do you mean?
So my number 18 they're going to claim that they have nothing to do with all this content that is on their YouTube channel.
Okay.
Now, we need to clear up. This is not ours. We don't have anything to do with it
No,
except that
not
it's
at all.
inspired by us.
We don't have anything to do with the animated minis either.
No, we don't.
These are super
Except that
fans.
at least it's us on the...
True. But we,
Right.
I mean, we don't
make
create
those.
that.
No. And so
it's on your fucking channel.
Yeah,
and even if you don't create it, like you're not the one who physically moves the mouse and creates the fucking videos, you upload it to your channel where no one gives a shit.
Yes.
These folks were on our subreddit and they were saying all these things like, oh, I thought these ladies did a great job. And oh, I thought they were
really?
so funny. Oh, yeah. And the first one,
it's so lame.
I click on it and it's a whole Reddit account that's just them
Yeah.
doing that in various podcast subreddits. Oh, if you think that's funny,
They
you
don't,
should check
they don't
out
realize
Mom
that
Swipes Left.
you're one click away from seeing everything you've ever posted on Reddit.
That is correct.
You idiots.
And then the other one, because somebody called them out on that, they created a brand new account.
Smart.
And they're like, I created a brand new Reddit account just to make one comment and say, oh, I thought these ladies did a great job,
Yeah.
and you guys are being real jerks. And it's like,
Not Carol68 says.
yeah, it's like, it's so fucking transparent. It's so fucking obviously you. And
girls did a
don't
great job.
ever say that it's a fan because you don't have any fans.
Right.
You even say 0 people watch the videos.
Yes.
There are less people watching the videos than there are on the podcast making the fucking videos.
Correct. Yes.
But
also, I just want to point out real quick that a show like yours, you would never have people hanging out on our subreddit defending it.
No, it's
Come Down, sure.
Okay.
I can see that. People be like, you guys are idiots. Come Down's great. But Mom Swipes Left, we're not going to have all of a sudden get inundated with fans coming in and going, you guys just don't get it. Their period jokes are the funniest.
And this whole thing, and we have nothing to do with any of this. They're just super fans. Blah, 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 blah. Number 19, they hit us with that solid playground logic.
Carl again. Here's the thing. I'm starting to think that maybe Carl secretly is in love with us. He's at the very least enamored with us because I thought we were done with What Are These Podcasts?
Yeah.
And then this week, boom, hey, there we are again. There's my voice coming out of the...
What they're talking about is after Carl reviewed their show, Mom Swipes Left, that kind of made their rebuttal against WATP. And then WATP went ahead and reviewed Mom Swipes Left's rebuttal. So it was this thing that kept going back and forth, back and forth. And in the middle of it was this guy doing a Mom Swipes Left after show called Pomade Swipes After, using a potato filter that got 0 views, which Mom Swipes Left kind of used as like, hey, look at this. We have a big fan, blah, blah, blah. Which then got the attention of Cardiff, which then resulted in Cardiff using the potato filter. It's all confusing as fuck, and I do apologize.
Radio machine.
But wait, let's be fair. He knows you're married, so wouldn't it be
true? He's probably more.
it's me.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't flatter yourself, ladies.
Low blow, Carl.
Yeah. Good luck with that, guys. And even your outrage is boring. Even your defense is boring. Everything about this is fucking boring. But number 20,
We've given them something to talk about, though, Crouch. And I'll give them this. They're one of the few podcasts out there who realize that talking about this is something more interesting than what they would have been talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, well, let's talk about this guy who's talking about us, because that seems more interesting than our fucking lives. Like, yes, it is.
And this was the first 5
You're
minutes of
welcome.
the show, and then they went right back to their ass smell or whatever the fuck they were going on about. But yeah, number 20, they go back to the palm.
Right, and he's adorable.
Right.
Little potato guy. He definitely is weird. There's no question about that. He's very fascinatingly weird. So what are these podcasts? Carl and his friends spent like so much time talking about this little tiny YouTube channel with a guy who's a potato.
I love it. Now, I wish I could actually talk to him, and I mean, he's got to be jacked.
Oh, dude.
Don't pretend it's this fucking mystery.
Know, yeah.
Like,
How can we get in touch with this guy whose videos we upload onto our YouTube channel?
A newspaper shows up on my front porch with the hands of a clock drawn in the classified section, and then I move the flower pot to the other part of the side of the porch to let them know that I understand the message, and then I know that I'm going to receive a USB drive in the park at that assigned time with the Palm Swipes After video on it. Like, what the? It's on your fucking channel.
Yeah.
It's on your channel. I can't fucking stress that enough.
Also, there's a real good chance that whoever this guy is behind the potato will murder both of you someday. All right? That's usually how this goes.
They're not referring to Cardiff in that part right there.
Hopefully, if there's any justice in the world.
If karma exists.
And then, and the reason that we had to spend a bunch of time on it is because then Cardiff Electric made a video about it.
Yes.
And for reasons I will never understand, Carl has to play these things.
At this time, Croge wasn't the biggest supporter of Cardiff.
I don't get it. So then number 21, and this is my last clip from this fucking shit show of these boring ass ladies. This is the only defense that they offer that I 100% accept and believe.
It was interesting to watch them try to noodle through, is this Joel? That was fucking hilarious.
I mean, Joel doesn't even listen.
I know. Like, Joel would be the last human being on Earth.
To come to your defense?
To come to my defense.
Croge is a legend. Yes, we miss him greatly.
Yes. No, Joel has made it perfectly clear.
Yeah.
So the question was that we had, is it the husband?
Right.
The answer is, my husband hates my fucking guts. My husband would never defend me. He would never listen to the show. He doesn't even speak to me. My husband would not be making a potato video to defend me. And you know what? I see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I get it.
My husband hates when I talk. Of course he doesn't listen to this podcast. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And that lady's like, your husband would never defend you. And she's like, oh, you're right. He hates my fucking guts. And both of those women know why. They're sitting at that table like, oh, yeah, we can't even stand ourselves.
Right.
This guy's got to fucking actually put up with this.
No argument
and
whatsoever.
fucking pay the bills.
I want to meet this Joel.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This guy sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, my God. Let us never speak of these horrible
All right, yeah,
let's
let's move on from that.
And they're going to play Cardiff's game following that.
Are you there, Vic?
Oh my God, hello.
Vic. Hello. Vic is here just in time.
Yeah.
For...
It's time for everyone's favorite game show. To catch a dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
Good question, Cardiff. Let me ask. Vic, are you ready to play?
Absolutely, I am.
Croge, are you ready to play?
Yeah, I guess.
Producer Chris?
Yes.
I am also ready to play. All right.
Now remember, Vic was one of the review girls for WATP back then.
Good. Now that we have that established, let's do it.
You know, like I went to bed, I guess that was in my head. And then for some reason, and I had a dream that, I don't know where I was, but...
What did John say next?
That all men are created equal? Is that?
Yeah, this is Stuttering
Here are
John's I
your
Have a Dream
choices.
speech.
First, me and Jay were in the back of a limo, driving, talking about going to see a Yankee game together.
Okay.
2,
possible.
Casey Armstrong was giving me a hand job. And then Tom Chipasano caught us. C, it was some kind of restaurant. Nowhere I've ever been before. And Artie was my waiter, but he didn't know who I was. 4, Jackie, Gary, and Crazy Cabby all died from the coronavirus. Lastly, but Howard was there on his knees, and he was crying, begging me to help him. To catch.
God, I
a
have no
dabbler.
idea on that
Inside
one.
the mind.
I thought, listening back to this, I was going to say my choice was Lastly.
I'm going to go with the restaurant thing with Artie, I guess.
Yeah, I started that one, but then there's the Howard on his knees.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
I'm going to go with my instinct. Restaurant.
Artie restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, Crouch?
I'll take the Howard on his knee.
Okay, Vic, what do you think?
I'll take the corona deaths.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Vic man enough to catch a dabbler? Let's find out.
You know, like I went to bed, I guess that was in my head. And then for some reason, and I had a dream that, I don't know where I was, but Jackie,
Gary, and Crazy Cabby all died from the coronavirus.
Vic
It
caught
was
a
like a
dabbler.
bizarre dream.
Vic.
John wasn't wrong. Since then, Crazy Cabby has passed away. R.I.P.
People are obsessed with death, Carl.
That's true, and the coronavirus.
That's all for this week. Come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler. Brought to you by After Palm Swipes After. Episode 3 coming soon to YouTube.
All right. So I have to say that Cardiff Electric just had Eric Nagel on his show, and it was fascinating. I think by the end of it, Cardiff completely broke character. I don't want to give anything away. It's worth a listen. I enjoyed it very much, but there was a funny reveal at the end of the episode, and everyone loves Eric Nagel. He's great.
You can hear that Eric Nagel interview on our last date night. That was one of the episodes we covered. But the next game here, we got another To Catch a Dabbler. This time it's with Carl, Kea, Chris, Vic, and Casey.
All right, so we got Kaya, we got Casey, we got Vic, we got producer Chris. Why don't I bring producer Chris on here too?
You don't have to.
Oh, there he is. All right.
Yay.
And it's time for everybody's favorite game.
Yes. It's time for everyone's favorite game show. To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
Please. Dude, you're going down, you prick. Yes. You just like the fucking Japanese admiral said, after fucking they bombed Pearl Harbor.
What did John say next? Here are your choices. A, if you know your enemy and you know yourself, you don't need to fear the result. And guess what? I know you all, you fucking pricks. 2, we've awakened a sleeping giant. Guess what, you fucking assholes? You've awakened me. 3, we must go to America. Find single mothers to marry and turn their daughters into cows. That will be the sweetest revenge. Next, treat your army as you would treat your own sons. He's let so many loyal people go, like Scott. Who do you think has more people on staff? Howard or Gary's dentist? 5, I don't remember the exact quote, but this is fucking war, you fucking pricks. To catch a dabbler.
I will go first because I always go first. I have to go with that last one. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, that last one was quite illustrious and long.
Yeah.
For variety's sake, I'll say the first one.
Okay.
I think Carl is right, but I'll go number one anyway.
You can pick mine, and we can both be winners today.
I'm going to go with yours,
one.
Carl.
Casey's boobs says that last one, the one?
Yeah, only because I don't remember any of the rest of them.
Okay, good point.
I'm going to go number 4.
Oh, Vic goes
Whatever that
4.
one is.
Do you remember what he said or no?
Fucking someone's on staff with someone.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
I like the 2 where you awoke a giant, but it's me.
Okay,
That's funny.
good variety going on here.
Yeah.
Let's see who can catch a dabbler.
Please. Dude, you're going down, you prick. Yes. Just like the fucking Japanese admiral said, after fucking they bombed Pearl Harbor. We've awakened a sleeping giant. Guess what, you fucking assholes? You've awakened me. That's right. Now it's war. And that means I am going to be fucking constantly tweeting out every dumb shit. Like, I can't wait to play Howard's show today.
That's all for this week. Come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler. Brought to you by After Palm Swipes After.
All right. Missy B in the Discord gets that one right. Did any of us get that one right? You got it, producer Chris?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, my friend. All right.
Amazing.
You've awakened me, and I don't have any Klonopin, so.
We filmed new deep fake videos. What's going on with that? We got to find out where those are at.
Yeah.
Start getting those out.
You know, I was thinking while we're watching all those DC clips, and I said this before, when we're doing those deep fakes, I'm way too coherent.
Yeah.
I try and dumb it down, and then you watch the actual stud show.
Yeah.
And you're like, no
It's
one.
so slow.
Oh my God. I've got to be dumber. I've got to drink faster.
You can do it. I believe in you.
If you go to Who Are These Podcasts on YouTube and go to the video tab and go back to click on oldest, you will see a lot of these deep fakes that producer Chris was doing, where he was kind of using early face swap with John, and there's even one where he's dressed as a roach and whatnot. They're pretty cool videos if you're interested in seeing. But on to the next game of To Catch a Dabbler. This one is with Blind Mike, Vic, producer Chris, and Carl. There's even a mention about Cardiff's hiatus that we discussed earlier on in tonight's date.
Are you guys ready to play a little game that I like to call To Catch a Dabbler?
Ooh. Absolutely.
All right. By the way, Cardiff is retired or something. I don't know what's going on with him. We only have 2 episodes of this left. This is the second to last episode ever of To Catch a Dabbler.
I actually don't know if you've heard this, Carl. There's been wild speculation on the internet that I am Cardiff Electric.
Dude, we're going to wait until after this week to reveal it.
People have been messaging me, and I've just gone I'll never tell. I don't know.
To cut in here. There was also a lot of speculation that people at the time were saying producer Chris or Carl's former host / co-host Kevin was Cardiff Electric.
If you had that kind of time on your hands, I'd be worried for you, because the shit that Cardiff is doing behind the scenes is frankly insane. I don't even think we talked about him taking over for Mom Swipes Left.
Nope.
He was their guest co-host or guest host while they were gone one week.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at that.
It's just become so par for the course.
I know.
Well,
he's just
Cardiff's still alive.
He's so involved in everything. All right.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
I am.
Yes.
I had a lawsuit with Gersh a long time ago.
Right.
And do you know how they got me finally to serve me with the lawsuit?
At a bar?
No, because I was in the Oaks in Calabasas. That's where Justin Bieber eggs people. It's like this real, and that's where Britney Spears lives. It's a gated community, but the gate called me and said they have a delivery of.
What did John say next? Here are your choices. A. Corona Light, a case of Corona. 2. A bag of bologna. Just in time, I was running out of NG. Next, a car. A car from Jay. I couldn't believe it. D. Pizza. I didn't order it, but I was hungry, watching the NFL, and I thought Susanna ordered it. 5. Coors Light. They knew they could get me with Coors Light. I'm more pissed that when I opened the door, the prick only had a 6-pack. To Catch a Dabbler.
I had a lawsuit with Gersh a long time ago.
That started up quick. Okay. My guess, I think there's 2 that are very possible. I think the pizza one with Susanna ordering it is possible, but I'm going to go with the car from Jay.
Oh, really?
Because it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? So it seemed like that was, bologna's funny, Coors is funny, but, all right.
Yeah. My instinct was to go with either Corona or Coors Light, and I think I'm leaning towards the Coors Light one.
Okay. Vic?
I'm going Corona.
Corona, okay.
All right. I'm going pizza.
So we got almost all of them.
Almost.
Yeah, all but one. All right.
No one went with bologna.
Well, yeah, that's not the answer. He wasn't saying NG back then.
Yeah, right.
It's a little more coherent.
Right. And do you know how they got me finally to serve me with the lawsuit
at a bar.
No, because I was in the Oaks in Calabasas. That's where Justin Bieber eggs people. It's like this real, and that's where Britney Spears lives. It's a gated community, but the gate called me and said they have a delivery of a Corona Light. It's a Corona. And I knew it was fishy, but I didn't care. I wanted the beer. I was watching the NFL. It was a Sunday.
That's all for this week. Come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch
or cow enough
a dabbler.
Wow. Vic, you win this week, and your prize is showing us your boobs.
Yeah. Take off one of your tops.
Yeah, just pull one titty out. That's your prize for winning this week. All right.
I'm just going to assume if you did it, I can't say anything. So
there we go.
Topless girl says what? I tried. That almost worked, everyone.
Vic, if you don't know, she was the former review girl. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Carl in a cow bikini. I know John frequently shows it. Well, there's a picture of Vic in that cow bikini that's on WATP Patreon. And the guy that took that photo, cow photographer, later took the picture of Carl wearing the same thing. Also, you heard in that game, they mentioned how Cardiff was filling in for Mom Swipes Left, which we played earlier on in the show. And we got one last to catch a dabbler. This time it's with producer Chris, Carl, and Tab Beert. I always fuck his name up. I know, I'm horrible. He's you can find him at Here's What I Don't Get podcast. And if you were in attendance at WATP Boston, you would have seen Tad was a special guest there.
I'm asking. I just sent a note to Casey. Maybe she'll come back on. I saw her here for a little bit. Because what we need to do is play the very last episode ever of To Catch a Dabbler. I don't know what's going on with Cardiff, but he says this is it. This is the last.
We better
hurrah.
catch this fucking dabbler.
All right, we got to do it now. Let's do it.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
I am.
But I will say I've goofed on Artie for working at a Holiday Inn. Now, the reason being, but first let me backtrack for a second. I just worked the fucking casino, Diamond Joe's Casino. I just worked the fucking Penguins Con Club. I mean, they're legitimate, comedy establishments. So, I just worked the Black Box. I mean, I worked the Comedy Store. I worked the Laugh Factory. It's not like I'm only working Holiday Inns.
Yeah, but Artie's also out there, saying he's the best comic ever.
Therein lies the difference. I'm never going to say that,
What did John say next? Here are your choices.
First of all, I love the premise of this, that Artie Lang is saying he's the best comic ever. Yeah. Artie is not saying he's the best comic ever. I guarantee what he was saying was he's funnier than Cedric John. That's probably what got John all pissed
Sounds more
off.
accurate,
Yeah. And I've seen Artie and he plays theaters, but okay, whatever.
Hey, I'm too good for the Holiday Inn, too. Artie owes his career to me, even though I put him out on my tour. C, together, we played the Taj Mahal. Without me, he's at a Holiday Inn. 4, he needs me, but I used to help him out a lot with material. Finally, he's a fat fuck, and his best days are behind him. To catch.
Oh, I was going to go with the Taj Mahal thing, and now I got to go with he's a fat fuck and his best days are behind him. I think that's my answer. What do you think, Tab?
I'm going with the third one where he's
Taj Mahal one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with number 1, too good for the Holiday Inn.
All right. Who's going to catch a dabbler this week?
A dabbler.
But I will say I've goofed on Artie for working at a Holiday Inn. Now, the reason being, but first let me backtrack for a second. I just worked the fucking casino, Diamond Joe's Casino. You know, I just worked the fucking Penguins Con Club. I mean, they're legitimate, you know, comedy establishments. So, you know, I just worked the Black Box. I mean, I worked the Comedy Store. I worked the Laugh Factory. It's not like I'm only working Holiday Inns.
Yeah, but Artie's also out there, you know, saying he's the best comic ever.
Therein lies the difference. I'm never going to say that, you know, oh, I'm too good for the Holiday Inn.
Oh.
Artie was out there saying he's making $150,000 and would make Mike Boschetti feel like crap because he would go, hey, Mike, I made $150,000. How much did you make this weekend?
That's all for this week.
Damn it!
Come back next week to
next
find
week?
out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler.
Cardiff, is there another one next week? Because we all just lost.
A teaser. No, I got it.
No,
you got
Chris
it?
won.
Oh, fuck
You
off.
are the worst at these games.
I know. I'm so bad. I
You
can't
just
keep
brought-
track of
yeah,
anything.
no, everybody lost. Everybody lost.
If I didn't win, then everybody lost.
Yeah.
That's all
I killed
know.
it. I killed it. Oh, everybody lost. Yeah. It's a tie.
Wrong again, producer Chris. Oh, fuck me. All right. That is a great game, though, to catch a dabbler.
I prefer Who Said It.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who Said It is... I think it takes more work to do Who Said It, because you got to find all these like weird clips from these guys. But yeah, that is a great game as well.
And that was our last episode of To Catch a Dabbler. But we all know Cardiff keeps returning. And that will just about wrap it up our date here. Hope you enjoyed the fire. I think we're just going to let it kind of burn out here while we go back to our tent and our sleeping bags. Appreciate everybody hanging out, listening, watching. I know there's not really much to watch. You know, like I said from the beginning, this is all kind of mainly audio based. But appreciate everybody. And special shout out to Adam. If you're still listening, still watching. Skull, thank you. And our next date, not sure yet. I know after we leave this campsite here, we got the little Thanksgiving coming up in the States. Not sure what the weekend will entail, time permitting, to put together another date night or maybe something real quick. I try my best to not half-ass these things and just, 2 hours before, just download a handful of shit and say, all right, let's just go live and whatever. I actually try to put a little effort into these shows and whatnot. So that's why I do appreciate everybody who subscribes, listen, enjoying the show. There's many choices out there, but you choose this, and I'm very grateful for that. And that's my kind of line I always like to leave off on. So without any further ado, there's only one thing left to say. Gagia.